Well, 2 days ago we had 60-mile-an-hour winds, and they finally did it in. Collapsed my whole shed. 52, 55 was, I guess, the most that it was able to handle without being completed, and I didn't get back in time to complete it. So, such is life. Here we go. Hey, everybody. It's Marcus with Settle Out West OG. Sorry for the long hiatus. It's been a minute since I've been back on. And boy, has so much happened in that time. So, as you probably know, the last video that I posted was the start of my garage build. I'm sitting in my shed right now. It's nighttime, probably 10, 11 o'clock at night. And I was just up, and I've been mulling over this for a couple weeks now because, as is often the case with YouTube channels, I've got a ton of video that I could be posting right now, but I've chosen not to post it because I wasn't really sure what to do with the current state of affairs as they relate to that video. Well, those videos that I have to post. So essentially, like I said, the last video I put up was day one of the garage build project. And to say that hasn't gone as planned would be probably the understatement of 2024 already, because holy wow, that has not gone as planned at all. As of today, March 28th, I have built the garage twice now. Gotten to the point where I put up the ridge beam, did the rafters. I didn't do the support beams for the rafters, but that was because the day that I was going to do that, we got one of those windstorms that this part of the country is so famous for. And that day, the winds were pushing 45, 50 miles an hour. And to the next day, and then I had some previously arranged plans that were taking place out of the state, so I had to take off. And unfortunately, as that played out, the day that I was leaving was when we had 50-mile-an-hour winds, and I was kind of watching my garage build just kind of sort of trembling in the wind, and I'm like, boy, if this gets any worse, this is going to be a problem, but I gotta go. These are prior made plans, and I can't really put them off. I don't want to put them off. It's super important that I get out of here, so I headed out to my plans, which took me to California. I was gone for about 10 days, which I feel is an insane amount of time to be gone while that project was sort of up in the air, on hiatus, in my absence. And the day that I was driving back here, like I was driving back from California through Arizona, and my neighbor sends me 3 or 4 pictures of my entire garage build on the ground. I'm sitting in my shed right now, the same shed that I built months ago, like probably 5-6 months ago at this point. It's held up pretty well in spite of all the winds. It's still my solar source. I'm sitting in here with power right now because of that. It's doing great as far as that goes. I don't know how much background noise is being picked up, but there is a ton of wind sound from inside of here. But if I step outside, it's not that windy compared to what it's been. In any event, I got back mid-February, or I'm sorry, late February, to my garage on the ground, which was, man, it was soul crushing. There was so much work that went into that. Mentally, it was such a challenge for me just to even see that and figure out literally where to pick up the pieces and move on from there. I didn't even want to look in the direction of the garage for a few days to a week, and from there I started sort of contemplating like what happened, what mistakes might have been made along the way. Obviously, the big thing I'm kicking myself for is taking my trip, but again, that trip was pre-planned, and there was no way I wasn't going to take that trip, so it kind of becomes what it is, Early this month, I started picking up the pieces finally, with help from a couple friends. I had a friend come out with me from Massachusetts who has been invaluable to my overall sanity and actually picking these pieces up and putting everything back together. The two of us together stood the walls back up and rebuilt the whole garage in the course of 2-3 days. And on the third day, as you might imagine, as you've probably seen on, if you follow any other YouTubers who have channels here in the southwestern United States, namely Arizona, New Mexico, Texas area, the weather has been bananas. I mean, it's been bananas all over the country, but in terms of like wind and snow and some rain and just crazy, it's just been bananas this entire month. And so, I don't know if you can see that, but these lights are flickering and I don't understand why. It's very annoying. They just stopped. Anyway, yeah, so as far as that goes, after we put the shed back up, the garage back up, literally the next day there was a microburst of wind, and this time I was here present on the property watching the garage through this windstorm that was coming through. It was 4 straight days of wind. It was really, really crazy. And the bursts weren't supposed to get more than 30 miles an hour. There was literally like a hurricane burst of wind. I literally watched it lift the whole garage up. It's a 30 by 20 foot garage. It lifted the whole thing up twice. One, boom, like that. And then the second time it came down, the whole thing sort of just splintered and like flew in different directions. It was really crazy. That was 3 days ago at this point. So that's left me trying to figure out, well, you know, crap, what do I do with all the footage I have? Do I continue going through the build? Because at this point, I'm going to tell you and be completely honest, I'm not doing it anymore. You know, I feel like that's one of those situations where fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times? What am I even doing? You know, so we're not going to put the same garage up again. It is very much in my plans to put a garage up here. I'm still trying to figure out where and how that's going to happen at this point. But essentially, I think what I came on here and talked for 7 minutes to tell you was that I'm not gonna post the videos that I had up because they are literally like days 1 through 7 or 8 through the garage build, all the way up to, like I said, where I had the roof up and the rafters and I started putting some of the metal paneling up for the walls. I ordered the roof and everything, and it came down. And then I put it all together and it came down again before I could get all that up there once again. So at this point, geez, it sounds so windy out there right now, but I promise it's not, or at least it wasn't when I came in the garage. I don't know. Maybe it'll be super windy when I go outside, but that wouldn't surprise me. I've kind of got a lot of PTSD developing because of all this crazy wind that we've had. But working through that today was literally the very first day that it was nice. It was like 70 degrees, 72 degrees out. Walking around, surveying things, and I decided that from here moving forward, I'm probably going to do a couple much smaller projects because, you know, a 20 by 30 garage is a massive project, and I was so, like, you know, the roller coaster's been there, right? I had it up, it came down. I had it up again, it came down, and like, I'm listening to the wind. I'm listening to the wind now. I can't do that. It's not the right time for that. So, what I have planned, I think, for the next week is going to be a couple smaller projects. The first of which is just going to be an outdoor shower. I feel like that would be most useful to me right now, and something that I could actually enjoy, and a small enough project that I can actually see it through to the end. And yeah, hopefully that works out much better than this has. From there, you know, I mean, I've got plenty of room to keep working on projects, and clearly at this point I've got a pile of wood that I'm not doing what I was doing with. So, you know, I'm going to start with that small project. Over the next couple of weeks, like I said, I want to work on a couple small projects just to get some things accomplished and feel like I'm not just treading water, because at this point I've spent quite a bit of money on this garage build. It has not come together like I wanted it to. There's a lot of frustration, a lot of disappointment, and the challenges that come with that. So, you know, that is what it is. I did want to come on real quick and just talk to you guys and let you know what's going on, why I've been absent. And it's entirely because even with the rebuild of the garage, I had even more footage, and I was like, okay, I'll just keep, I'll just use the footage that I've already put out there, the videos I've edited, and they're ready to be launched, and I'll add it to this, and I'll just put in an explanation as to, what happened, like it came down, and like now it's back up, and it's stronger than ever. I put a couple more windows on it, it's great, except unfortunately that didn't work out. So at this point, rather than continuously stalling my video output because of what's going on here with the wind, I'm switching gears. We're going to switch over to smaller projects that I can work on and get accomplished that are going to be beneficial to me here on the property. And I think I might just do like a 15 by 20, like a smaller garage that's still going to be ample space to have ultimately, just to explain and backtrack a little bit, I've lost solar panels. It's been crazy. This wind has been crazy. So I got a new solar panel right here that I'm not putting up right now, not even dealing with it. Like, it's just not, pay that no attention. Like, it's not, I got my money tree over here. You see my little money tree? I bought some money trees because maybe I'll be able to recuperate some money if I got some money trees planted here. We'll see. But I'm gonna put up, like I said, this outdoor shower. In the coming weeks, I'd like to start working on a fence. I've got 16 acres out here, so fencing that's going to be somewhat challenging. We'll see how it goes. But I'd like to, because I can't even plant my money tree. I've got some succulents. I've got a few little, you can't really see them. I'm not moving the camera. It's fine. I've got a few little plants over there that I want to actually plant here and actually see them grow. Unfortunately, without a fence, and New Mexico being the free roam state that it is, random cows, random herds of cattle come into my yard regularly and just eat everything green in sight, unfortunately, which is a lot of the reason that this is a desert. But I'm hoping once I get a fence up that I can keep them out, and that'll be able to allow me space to actually start cultivating the land and maybe plant some trees and do some things that I want to do to it that currently cows just make impossible. I have been all over the place now for about 12 minutes. I don't even know why I'm watching the time like that, because I wanted this to be a short, and unfortunately it's gone much longer than a short. So, but I did want to be completely communicative and let everybody know what's going on, why there's been a slowdown in the videos, why, we stopped at day one about 4 weeks ago at this point. Maybe a little bit longer than that, but there's a reason, I promise, and it's a good one. So that's what it was. From there, like I said, working on today, I started digging out the foundation, laying out exactly where I want to put the outdoor shower, and just watching the clock, really, watching the weather every day. Today and tomorrow were the only two calm days, breezy days, and then you've got Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday is just straight 40 plus mile an hour winds again. So it's clear to me at this point anyway that March is not the month to be building anything in New Mexico at all. Don't do it ever. March is not a building month. But in the course of the week, as things start to come together, and this wind plays out, and hopefully it calms down quite a bit. From what I'm being told by the people nearby here, April's a much better time. In fact, after April, you'll wish that you had the wind again, because it'll just be stagnant and super hot. And that's going to be miserable, I'm sure. But you know what? At least I can build. I can build myself shade and shelter and not worry about the heat as much as the wind, because the wind has been a terrorist in my life right now. And March is not a time to build. So here we are in the last 3 days of March. Like I said, I'm planning out this build, but it's an early April build. It should be okay. And it's much, much smaller. Excuse me. I'm obviously using reclaimed wood from the original project, so I've got plenty of that to go. So I'll be out here chopping, and I'll be putting up videos as I go along with that, and we'll go from there. Sorry for the long wait, and hopefully I'll have videos out at least once a week. I'd like to try for once or twice a week, and see where we go from there. I can't promise anything. Like I said, the wind is public enemy number one out here right now. And so, as long as that's out here blowing and knocking everything down and ripping things apart on a daily basis, it's tough to get out and build. But wherever I can, I'll be out here building and recording, and probably try and do a little bit more just recordings on what's going on in the day-to-day as well, because as much as I'd like to be out here building every single day and enjoying that and having like fruits of my labor everywhere, that's not reality. So there'll probably be some days where I'm just recording other events, but I'll try and do as much building as I can and get things back on track, and move forward from there. Thank you guys for watching. Again, sorry for the wait. Promise I won't take that long to get back on again, and we'll go from there. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and look forward to new content coming very soon. Thanks, guys. I'll talk to you soon.